I'm an educator at the museum, so I teach classes, lead a lot of field trips, and just help out generally with all of the great educational programming that we have here.
Yes.
With that, our talk is also going to be in both English and Chinese today, which I think is really great
Awesome.
for us. We have a
Awesome.
bilingual artist. It's really awesome. So I'm going to ask questions in English. We'll have Yingyang answer first in English, and
hope
then
I can answer.
I'll ask you. if
Don't
you-
give it too much heart.
We'll keep it real simple and real casual. And I also ask you guys if you have questions or want to jump in with any thoughts, or if you're curious about anything during the talk today, please interrupt. We can keep this very casual and conversational. And also, I ask you if you can repeat the questions
Yeah.
in Chinese,
Oh, wow. Okay,
and then answer. That would help everybody.
Okay.
Right? And if anybody needs anything repeated, just let us know. We'll do the best to do it in both languages. So I was wondering if you could start
Yes.
by telling everyone a little bit about your beginning in photography. How old were you when you started taking pictures? Is this a hobby that you began later in life, or were you always interested in photography?
In the beginning, I don't know what I'm interested in, but I like to use the camera to just record the life and some events that happen in my family.
He's taking pictures.
So I don't know what the angle is, just okay, the family together traveling, so just use the camera, writing like a diary. So that is the beginning.
Would you say it was more casual for you at first, more
Yeah,
like family
traveling.
photos? And
Yes.
how old were you when you first started taking
Let's see.
pictures?
I think I have my first camera after married, so I have
Oh wow!
use them to do the honeymoon record.
Wow, great,
So that is started with my camera.
great. And would you mind repeating that in Chinese as well?
Excuse me. Oh.
So
他们在问说你什么时候开始对摄影感到兴趣？我说我的摄影不会讲太快吧？我也没有讲太快哈。Okay, I said to speak it fast.
great. That sounds good. And
No, and 我说我都是用，刚开始也不知道什么叫美感是什么，我只是用摄影记下我们的生活记录。那还有，尤其是当孩子有了家庭以后，那时候就记载了一些蜜月啦，才开始用那个相机。Thank you.
great. And in terms of your background, were you trained as a photographer? Did you take any classes, or did you teach yourself?
Oh, by that question, I teach by myself. Actually, there's no teacher in these things. What I see touch me or see the beautiful. Every photographer, they have their own viewing, so they like different things. But for me, even the little thing, if they touch me, I will take the picture. Yeah. So
So it's
sometimes.
really about a feeling.
Yeah, the feeling. It look like you have to communicate with the picture. So that's touch me, then I take the
Right.
picture.
That's really amazing. I didn't know that you were a self-taught artist. That's,
Yeah. Oh well, if now I learn from internet, because if I want to go take some pictures, I probably can look at Google what the people doing, how the angle they taking. I will study some from them. I hope
Gotcha.
my skill get better and better.
great. Would you mind repeating that to
Chinese,
in Chinese?
right.
So the question, did you teach yourself, or did you take
Thank you.
classes?
Thank you. Yeah. OK， 他刚才问的我是说你的摄影是去上学的，还是有自己自学的？我说事实上都没有学习啊，就是这好像听起来好像有点太过分了哈。可是呢，就是说我看到的东西，就是说他跟我有交流的，我就会把它摄影起来。You understand Chinese?
Not that I understand your expression.
Okay, right.
So we got it.
OK， 这跟我有一些交流，让我感觉到有感动的，我就会把它照起来，这样子。那所以，但是现在呢，我会上Google 去查一下，如果我预备要去照什么相片的话，我会先会去查一下哪一个角度人家是怎么照的，所以就 Thank you.
Yeah, Thank you. I'm curious to know who else in the room is a photographer? Do we have other people here
Oh,
who
many.
enjoy taking photos? Raise your
Oh,
hand, I want to
many.
see.
Look, who carry the best
Can you
cameras?
ask in Chinese as well? Who
Okay.
takes pictures here?
Sam.
Photographer?
他问我说这里还有谁是摄影师的？我说太多了。哦，the lady Luman, Miss Luman, she's the good. She's very good. She's very good. Okay.
I was going to ask you a more technical question, and maybe
Yeah.
some of the other photographers in the room might want to know, what type of equipment do you use to take these photos? Are you mostly digital, or do you work with film?
Oh, I start with the digital cameras. So let me see. The first digital camera is called the Canon. Okay, like the very basic one. So, but they still take a very nice picture. Looks like the one there, the best picture.
That's a good
So the
example.
equipment is not really, for me, it's not really so important. The digital camera right now, they always can they have a lot of function there. Like you can use the AV first priority or speed priority. So the other figure they already set up for you, help a lot. Okay, I have a two camera. I always bring two camera with me when I'm traveling. One is a little longer lens. I cannot carry too long because my age, I
Keep it
just take
practical,
right.
yeah.
And the other one is like just power points,
The power shot?
power shot. That's easy. But they also can take a nice picture too. So I cannot carry too many. So, but in case the long lens, the one is not working, so I can use the other one.
And
So
what type of shot is better with a long lens camera? What type of shot would you take with that?
okay, that long telephoto, long lens, you can take it, of course, at this.
A lot more
Yes, distance,
information.
and also you can take they have where you focus. You want to bury up the back, or you can focus on something that is.
So something like this might have been taken with more of a longer lens because you have all of the background in focus.
Yes, yes. So
Did you take that from the tram? Or how did
a tram,
You were on
yes,
the Roosevelt Island tram
yes,
from that
yes,
to that picture?
yes.
Yeah, that's what I figured. You had to be up there.
Yeah, on the tram, right.
Yeah. Would you mind telling everyone about your equipment in Chinese?
哦，他问我说用的什么样的机器，的设备，我事实上没有很好的那个机器，不像人家有长枪大炮。我就是说，因为我照的东西，我也不一定要求到什么样的一个很大，我只是看到那个东西非常的不一样，我就会设下来。我用的是一个 Canon 的，还有那个 Sigma lens。The Canon body and then come with the Sigma lens. So, and I have been broken many lenses. Yeah, because I want to try to get some angle. One night was, the outside taking picture. If I want to get sometimes we always hang the camera like this gentleman.
Strap.
So sometimes for certain angle you have to take off, then you can reach it. So then after all you forgot you wasn't in your neck.
Safety
Right, so then I
first.
get up, whoop, the lens is broken.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay, so you have to buy a new one.
One of
So
the dangers of the
I have the
train.
little Canon, that's just a very easy one, the power shooting.
Yeah.
That is another one. I always bring two cameras with me in case one is broken. Oh, 对不起, sorry, I speak English again.
No, this is great,
Okay.
and I'll remind you to jump back and forth between the two.
Yeah, most of here people, they can understand English.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. We can do it in both. Susan, I'm curious, do you have a favorite photo in the show?
This show?
Yeah, in Touch of New York, which is your favorite?
Oh, of course, that one.
The New York State Pavilion. So some of you might know this photo. It's a very, very iconic spot in Queens, left over from the
Yes.
1964
And
World's
my
Fair.
first time went to the park.
Oh.
then I find it.
Will you tell us a little bit about the story, and maybe we can go stand by there and everyone can look.
Oh, thank you,
We'll
yes.
have everyone turn. Let's talk about this one a little bit. Tell us the story. How did you get the idea? Were you just in the park?
That-
How did you start?
Okay, that picture was taken in 2008.
Okay,
So,
so 7
and,
years ago.
Right. So that was my first time because when I come this country, I went back to school. So I don't have much time to do the casual or entertainment. So, and I went there, and this picture and the other one was the train, the red bird, right, you call? So that, yeah. So I went there and that was late afternoon, the sunset, but the sky beautiful. So I see the building is very catch me. So I think, and then this one with a stand, that was with what?
Tripod.
Tripod, right. So that's why it's so clear. And I was very low position to take it from up. So,
Gotcha.
yeah, and the one thing I like, the three things, the three building was in one picture. In one picture, that's it. And everything is so clear in the shot.
Yeah, my favorite thing about this photo is that you've created a lot of really interesting negative space. So it's almost as if this becomes nothing but a silhouette, and then there's these interesting shapes of the sky left behind. I think it's really interesting. You're just thinking about like shapes,
Yes,
which is really it's very striking.
Almost
in this case.
everything there. Actually, at that time, it's a very small camera, like 18 to 55. It's not very long lens.
So did you plan that day when you were in the park? Did you know you were going to photograph this, or you just
No,
went
I just
and it
happened
was
to
by
see it.
surprise? Ah, so very
Actually,
spontaneous sort of process.
surprise always make create the good picture.
Yeah.
Surprise always give you. You never expect what you're going to see it.
And in a lot of your work, do you plan, like, I'm going to go photograph the pavilion today, or are you very spontaneous? Sort of like just take your camera and see what you can find?
Both way.
Ah, okay.
Look like we are going to see DC. I'm sorry, DC for cherry blossom.
Yeah.
That was planning
Gotcha,
to go.
yeah.
So then we have to look at Google what the female photographer doing. So I learned a lot. Actually, for me, I always do something first, then I go back to study. Then when you do some experience, you don't think it's good enough, so you will go back to study. I'm glad now Google is lots of information for
Yeah.
help us.
And do you ever revisit the same site again? So
Yes.
try it once, make experiments, and then go back to the same place to try it again?
Yes, many places are like this place. I haven't been since 2004. I've been a year, have not been there again. Because I'm still working full-time job, so only on the weekend I can go to do the pictures.
Yeah.
And yeah, lots of places I want to go again. Lots of, like the one is near to Long Island. They call it Roslyn Island.
Oh, Roosevelt.
Roslyn.
Rosalind.
Roslyn.
Rosalind Heights.
Yeah, there's a park. They have the swan. When the swan, you have to know the season. Okay, in my calendar later, you can see there's my calendar have many
Yes, just a
pictures.
plug, if any of you are fans of Susan's work, we do have calendars for sale that she has created all by herself. A lot of different examples of other pieces of your work, really, really stunning images. And they go with the season, which is really nice too. So, and some from Washington, D.C. So it's not all just New York. Here's your swans.
Yeah, that's the different one
From Roslyn.
right.
Yes.
Uh,
So this is very different in terms of image
whole
from a
family.
lot of the work that you see in the Touch of New York show. Whereas here you have a central subject, whereas these are more landscape. Do you have a preference for the type of subject you work with? Do you like it all? Or can you tell us a little bit about the difference between working